Tell, the City of Odense, GeForce GTX, Lenovo Legion, Bedway, Pay Safeguard, Logitech G, Mountain Dew League, Xfinity, and ESEA.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Matchday number 13, where suddenly everything seems a little bit alive at the end of that series. We're going to the next series now between Liquid as well as compLexity. Had a little bit of time to calm down, a little bit of time to think things over, but still, what a blunder of a game coming over from Splice.
Can't make any sense of it.
I can make a little bit of sense out of it.
We had a little bit of time to think over, but just really, SK, where were you towards the later parts of that game?
I think SK probably took it a little bit too cruisy, forgot to, you know, they tried switching on towards a different gear, but then Splice, they adapted, they played better, and kudos towards them to take the overtime victory. But now on towards compLexity and Liquid, this is definitely a series which is starting to become a little bit scary, I'd say, between, I guess, both teams.
Yeah, absolutely. compLexity, we know they can delve deep, and if we want to reflect onto that last series there, I mean, we gave Splice almost no chance at all, and they came away with a victory. Here, you know, compLexity, they're not completely out of it. They could really trouble this Liquid side. Depends what kind of Liquid turn up. I mean, Liquid have the absolute, you know, capability to kind of trump this compLexity lineup, but once again, we know their online form can be, you know, gives and gets, so we'll see what they can come up with. compLexity have a chance here, and we're heading into Train and Cobblestone.
I finally get to see them Cobblestone. It's been a while since that. It's one of the Liquid staples, so I assume that Train would be compLexity's pick. But
yeah, absolutely.
If you did miss the match between SK as well as Splice, make sure that you do subscribe towards the YouTube channel. There are two things that you need to do. You need to subscribe and press the bell button.
Yeah, you got to ring that bell.
Yeah, absolutely. Otherwise, you will miss out on such great matches like SK winning 16-0 against Splice, and then Splice waking up and playing and then winning 19-16.
Yeah.
You don't get to see that otherwise. I mean, that's just one of the more bizarre results I've seen. I don't think I've seen a team that's been 16-0 come back and try to make that performance, which just shows that this is actually a really scary Splice lineup now. Like, I think we went, yeah, like, you know, they'll get a few rounds. I thought they'd get maybe 9 or 10 on a good day, but not a victory.
Yeah, that's. I mean, we thought. I honestly thought 10 would be the dream result. We even spoke about how, you know, that whole psychology behind maybe you don't go for the win, maybe you go for the lessons, you go for the knowledge.
You go for your game plan, you execute behind that. But let's take a quick look at the schedule. I mean, not only did Splice execute behind their game plan, they just outright won. And that looks like it's going to be double overtime between Renegades and Misfits after Renegades took map number 1 off them. Whereas, yes, it was a 16-0, it wasn't a forfeit, it was a clean stop from SK, and then all of a sudden Splice, like I said, they probably just went outside, you know, just quickly got some fresh air, just slapped each other in the face. Come on, what are we guys doing? We're here to play some Counter-Strike. You know, Davey probably rallied the troops with his 280 character limit on Twitter, and then just, you know, brought the boys towards a victory on the back of Mitch playing really well, and SK probably just not... I don't think they 100% took their T side as seriously until towards the end, and by that stage it was too late because Splice definitely were hitting their shots.
Yeah,
I think there was a lot of buy rounds that were just kind of going, you know, if it was against a top tier team, like say for example, if it was up against FaZe, I would have seen SK probably eco for the buy round as opposed to just forcing up and then losing the rounds afterwards. I mean, they definitely had the recipe for success on the T side, but when you're up 11-4 at your half, going to your T side, sure you lose pistol and whatnot, but you had a great opportunity, 12-6, you won an eco effectively, a great chance to close it off, but it didn't. It went all the way in towards overtime, and there you have it. Yeah,
definitely. I think the case where SK let the record run a little too long, but I mean, Splice a great showing, especially at the end there. I mean, they didn't give SK an opportunity. Once they land on that TT side, you know, they had to win 4 in a row to kind of take it out or take it into a double OT. Splice just kind of ran through, you know, nice opening frag, just changed the pace completely, and SK just had no answers at that stage. So they literally snaked it. They snaked that map.
I don't think they snaked it. Snaking implies like they did something really cheeky and stole it away.
Well, there's Splice with the snake. And
yeah, but that's just that you don't describe a team snaking. Snaking is a derogatory term for
It's
teams.
not for Splice. That's their mascot. It's like
it is their mascot, but the act of snaking is not very polite. It's like the act of snaking is just akin towards dogging the boys, and we've been over this before.
It's not the same.
It's pretty close.
Anyway, let's just focus on
Making it out is almost like dogging the boys, and we all know that rule number 2. You don't do it. So
what's rule number 1?
Doesn't matter. Rule number 2 is the most important. You can make up anything for rule number 1, but rule number 2 is infinitely more important than rule number 1.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Now, compLexity. Slam in the lads. Let's take a look at the Betway odds. I think complexity's been given a little bit too much there, to be honest with you.
You think?
Yeah. Are you not looking at them? Are you trying to
I'm
guess
looking at it.
Okay,
I've already saw them.
Sorry, yeah, sure. You think these are quite fair?
Decently so.
I think Liquid's definitely the favourite, but 125.
Liquid have been in really, really good form today as well. They just came off, I think, an Epicenter match where Stanislaw just went 2-0. Like, oh, not 2-0, but they took it 2-0, and Stanislaw was like a 1.48 rating over 2 maps. And normally it's like, if Stanislaw is playing really, really good and the other members aren't even needed as much, it's just kind of like, this is a Liquid that are coming in with really decent form. This is a lineup which is now starting to get some momentum. And sure, it's, you know, they did drop that game against Ghost Gaming a long time ago. Which maybe, you know, love being the boys, but yeah, I think Liquid will be too good today. Complexity, depends what kind of complexity show up. Is it the complexity that showed up against Optic, or is it complexity that showed up against Luminosity? That's going to be the ultimate question. I don't think it's going to be the one that showed up against Luminosity. The one that showed up against Optic for some reason. I think it's going to be the one that showed up against Luminosity, which is quite cold and under firing. But it's just, I have to wait and see.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, last time we did see the 16-13 complexity losing out, just getting pipped at the end there by Optic, but it was still a very strong effort. We saw Slemmy just go absolutely huge there. I mean, the IGL, you don't expect him to post up those numbers, but if you can do anything similar, maybe try to control the pace of this map, you might see a little bit of a challenge coming up for Liquid there. But nonetheless, Liquid definitely favourites at this stage. But like I said, I mean, Liquid, you know, they came from like good form, but they can just like drop sometimes. Like, so, pistol round coming out. Stanislaw with the dual Berettas there. That's an interesting little trying to close the quarter to shred everyone down. And this is a very fast push coming out onto this out of sight as Nitro does find Def, and he finds another one in Pizza. Elise just peppering away, trying to find something. This looks like it's almost over. The two players have been spotted. It looks like Android makes his way through to the Z connector, and Yace is just going to try to do something towards the back of Ivy here. It is just down to him. The bomb is down, and the Liege might find him here. Actually gets popped off by Yace's Glock here. So he's got a lot of work to do. Obviously, he's going to fight what is 5 guns actually with those dual barrels, but pretty clinical stuff here from Liquid. Hopefully that's not just the way the rest of this train map goes, and Complexity can dig something back.
Yeah, very quick start.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
Not much to say.
Yeah. Slemmy. Smoke and flash.
You can
bit of armor.
I'll just say at this moment, you can actually sit back and just appreciate the tactical depth and just go. It's a nice day outside on train. You know, you've got some information being spotted from Complexity.
What do you say?
Just keep it chill sometimes. That's all you need to do. I mean, to just mentally reset, find a little piece of Zen zone, just allow Liquid just to play through these anti-ecos, and then Complexity will be into the buy round. Then we'll get hype and excited again.
I only have one gear, mate, and that's neutral.
No.
Is neutral considered a gear?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it wouldn't, because it's not in gear.
I think someone's going to argue. It's like, I'm
gear.
a mechanic, and I can definitely tell you for certain that neutral is not a gear because of XYZ reason.
Yeah. Well, no,
I'm actually curious
isn't.
now.
No, 100% isn't a gear because
you made
it's
me
neutral.
Curious.
It's out. The car is out of gear. Nonetheless, round coming out. Yaster gets taken down. 5-on-4. Molly will rain out towards that low round position bomb, making its way toward Brownhold there. Pretty standard split, but a bit of information gathered here from Twist, who's going to just push out Ivy there. And it looks like the push on to this inner bomb site will come through. JDM finds one. He has been spotted, though, so now it's a 3-on-3 situation. Nitro just kind of get towards the back of the site there and see if we can find anything with that FAMAS in hand. Actually gets tagged down quite a bit, but manages to take Def in the process. So Elige, Nitro, quite low. Twist with that UMP in hand. They only have that single flash left, so it's about finding these. A couple of these players are one bullet away. Andrew needs to find this one, finds not the second, gets taken down. So a little bit more difficult than I guess Liquid would have liked, but they still get away with the round. Defuse coming in. And that's the bomb plant there, so we should see the buy come out from Complexity.
Yeah, they lose a lot of guns on that base side hold, and Complexity may just be tempted to target B a little bit harder. It says the neutral gear, so maybe it is a gear.
I can't believe you're looking that up.
Why are you laughing? It's a legitimate question.
Yeah, but surely for another time. I guess this is the eco round.
That's a little bit curious because Liquid are actually forced completely up into this. They're playing this like it's almost a buy round, when in reality it isn't. And they may actually get punished for this as, well, they're not looking towards the inners push. Twist, spraying down pre-nerf UMP, may have been able to land those shots, but this UMP won't be able to do so. But JDM with the AWP, he's going to be lounging back. He's going to just start targeting people. And Slemmy, even though he reveals himself, Liquid are not going to move just so quickly yet. Stanislaw knows that the next area of danger is going to be Pop Dog. They know Android was towards T-Connector. So compLexity to slow this down. A little bit of a misread coming out from Liquid. I think Liquid thought that compLexity were actually on the buy. So Slemmy's going to pay for... Nope. He's going to drop down and get some information. And now Slemmy finally gets down the ladder. It was a little bit of a struggle, but Stanislaw will land another headshot. And Stanislaw has just been on pretty good form. He's going to be quite happy with that.
Yeah, they take the 3 rifles through, and it looks like the AWP will come out onto Peter. Twist here. I thought this exchange was going to come much faster. Ends up being a 2 for 2 there.
But that's not good. Like, on the B side, that's not good because you lose your SMGs without getting enough kills. I think they were reading, compLexity are going to be setting up with AKs because in my mind, you shouldn't really be pushing in that round. And you really don't need an AWP that early because we saw Nitro actually drop an AWP for JDM. I think they thought, compLexity were just on basic pistols because we did enough damage, but it actually wasn't. As Twist trying something a little bit different towards Ivy this time around, as Twist is just going to be solo dry peeking out. There's a flashbang, but it's not going to catch him out, and Twist just a little bit too sharp and aware. We'll be able to get the 2-for-1 trade, even though he incurs heavy, heavy damage. But still going to be favorable for the CTs overall, as JDM does get tagged down quite low, but a Liege steps up on the A bomb site as Stanislaw on the B will push forward now, and Peter, what? Just barely steps onto the top of the ladder, gets the kill towards a Liege. And this is very, very doable all of a sudden for the compLexity because the last 2 members are quite low. Def finds 1, hasn't spotted out Twist just yet towards Old Hell, but Stanislaw has managed to make his way through Pop Dog. So this is up to Peter to make his way out, and I think he knows that Pop Dog is a little bit dirty. So they're just going to stay hidden.
Yeah, Twist here just waiting for something to be given in his favor. Peter might get caught out here if he doesn't check the line. He does have the 8 OP in hand, but he's so low. If only knew no-scope gets on, so nice clear there of that angle. Now it's just down to Stanislaw. He's got a molly in hand, tries to take the fight, but all shots being whiffed by both parties here. Now just trying to go for something with the Glock.
Oh my goodness.
That is just not what you want to go down. That was definitely a round for compLexity to win there, and that was actually pretty gross there from Stanislaw. No, actually, I mean, there was whiff shots from everyone, really, let's be fair. That just came down to whoever was just gonna pray and land the bullets. And fortunately, it goes to the side of Liquid. So 4-0 there. compLexity still having to eco into this round. A couple of deagles coming out. Slemmy is most heavily invested into this with the body armor and a couple of nades. If they're going to get bomb plant, this would be great, but they should get quite a healthy buy coming into that next round with that max round loss bonus.
Just a little bit sad in that round because compLexity really did deserve that, but Peter just chokes it at the very end. And really, that was a choke. First shot, you can kind of go, that's fair as a flick. Second shot, you've really got to hit the second shots in all fairness, as they are going to just be lining up towards the Ivy pressure. Twist has been boosted up, so he's gotten 2 kills. Hasn't reloaded, so well, yeah, still be able to get at least 1 trade, but they've only dropped a single M4 as Nitro gets 4 for the round.
So nice work coming out from Liquid to shut that down. Not too much loss there. Twist will go down, but nothing to be too concerned about. Peter once again has an opportunity with that AWP. He hit a great shot onto that train, and once again, E-box. A couple of whiffs coming through and then losing that round. You know, it's never good when your AWP flicks out his Glock and just tries to pepper away and save a round.
Well, Stanislaw was on 31 HP as well, so and then Stanislaw whips out the deagle. It's every single chance Peter had, he kind of missed it. And that, you know, compLexity, they'll be able to compose themselves, but sometimes it just comes down to those single rounds where you just go, that single round really is the difference between life and death at the end of the day. Still too early to tell whether or not it will be the critical turning point that Liquid, or that compLexity really needed, but Stanislaw, completely blind, finds a shot on towards depth, and JDM also answers in kind. Even though they're taking Ivy control, Twist is just going to sacrifice, he's just gone for the MP9. Young talent Twist decides to give up his life for Slemmy.
Now Android just trying to fire away towards that E-box position, but can't land too many shots. So 4-on-3 here as Nitro actually manages to find Slemmy. And those 2 orbs actually are rotating off that inner bomb site here. Yace is in a nice little position here if he can get down a Liege, and Nitro is so low. He might be able to find a double, but Nitro is not going to have any of that taking down Yace. So Liquid looking quite solid right now. Obviously not as convincing as an earlier SK we saw against Splice, but still 6-0. We're going to see a similar scoreline here on Train. compLexity, I think, maybe a little bit cold to start right now.
Absolutely. I mean, I mean, Peter had a decent start so far, but they haven't had that many opportunities yet, which I like to remind. I mean, they've only had 2 buy rounds. One came really close, but if there's one lesson I've learned, it's I shouldn't really, like, you know, just completely blast teams for missing opportunities like that. It is quite difficult to consistently try to take those one-on-one clutches, I guess. But still.
You get one. You get 1.5. That's actually too generous for a professional player. You get 1 a map. And then after that one, if you do it again, we harangue the crap out of you. Double up setup.
It's a little bit difficult because it's kind of like, I kind of use it as indicators like, should he have hit those shots? They looked a little bit on, probably have to look at it slow motion to kind of determine it. Yeah, all right, like if it was on, that was a little bit unfortunate. If it wasn't, yeah, such is life.
Indeed. As we see the opening come out for Yeaster, so not too much. We do see a bit of utility there on the complexity guys. They might be going for some sort of execute, maybe get a bomb plant down. But now that they've lost Yeaster, this round is slipping away from them. Double up setup on Twist and JDM. We saw that come so strong towards the inner bomb site. It looks like it's going to be a similar setup as JDM is on towards that out. Nice spray down coming down from Nitro. Does try to get out the Deagle and do something magical, but Def reigning supreme there towards SL, and looks like Twist is just going to hold this bomb train. He's actually eating that molly there, so he gets taken down to 50. And it looks like they will be making a move there. Twist manages to get away with his life there. Just going to hold this line, maybe an opportunity for the trade. But he's just running now. He's just running. He wants to get away with his life, but doesn't make it, as Def will take him down and recover his orb. So 2-on-2 situation, but these complexity players are super low, and bombs yet to go down. 39 seconds left.
There is JDM playing with the orb. He must be playing towards heaven. So the molly's been thrown. He's got the P to 50, which means that he can take them out all with a single one tap. It's really up to Stanislaw. I think this is the most critical part. The bomb does not have time to make its way towards B site. So Def has so many lines to clear. I think they'll suspect that one's towards bomb train or CT. I don't think they'll suspect these towards heaven. Stanislaw is going to be spotted out. JDM just swings wide and cleans up with the P to 50. Knows where the last one is. So really well played in tandem for Liquid. They spot out one, they swing together, and by the time the second person comes out, it's just easy cleanup for JDM.
Yeah, there's some nice work there, obviously knowing how low those players were, and in a bit of a hard situation there for complexity with the time ticking away in that situation. But nonetheless, they do have their buyout this time. They actually garnered a pretty decent result considering the utility and weaponry that they did have. And Peter once again has that orb. Bit of a mixed showing from him early in this first map. But we'll see if he can deliver onto this A bomb site and see if we can open something up. JDM just taking a bit of damage there, getting a bit aggressive with that orb, but retreats back, but not too far. Maybe he's going to go for another little sneaky peek, see if he can catch a player off guard. Not expect him to be so close, but Slemmy just on that boosted angle there. Can't expect JDM to clear that out. So, you know, good call from him to just fall back from that angle and see if he can do something towards that side there as Twist is just trying to lock down Ivy. We do see a bit of a presence in the bomb also on Peter.
It's up to Twist. This is such an instrumental position because complexity have shown really good, you know, plays towards Ivy and taking Ivy. And what JDM does, you know, a lot of people, I think these days will kind of go, oh, you know, they're just kind of, I really like this drop-down play coming out from complexity. That is really smart. It's like every single time there's like an adaptation towards Pop Dog play, and Twist is probably going to be caught out right now. No, Yeaster doesn't turn around fast enough for Peter. Eventually we'll get the trade, but there it is. It's all to Peter right now on a 1-on-2. That was really smart Pop Dog play, but Ivy, they don't really close that, check that position. You have to gamble as an entry fragger. Sometimes it doesn't work out. Yeaster doesn't respond just quick enough. But I was going towards a Molotov play. You see a lot of AWPers, they'll trade 40 HP, about 40 HP or so for a kill because it's worth it for them. And I agree. Sometimes it's just worth sitting there for a little bit longer just to catch someone off by surprise. Because if 60 HP is an AWP, you can still kill people. Perfectly fine. It's not like you're a rifler. It's sitting at a dangerous position as JDM just going for the shotgun. Does scope in at close range, but he's not going to miss at that particular point in time.
Yeah, so Peter just not too sure what angle to check. Eventually does get taken down by JDM. And the rounds are getting a little bit closer, but these two orbs have stayed up, which has been good for the economy of Liquid, and now they do win out that 0.5-0. So it might be that Liquid that just aren't going to give complexity any kind of chance. Nice frags there from Slammy there, finding two heads down towards bottom. Pop Dog Twist here with a nice spray down. Stands his ground, tries to get the third. Backed himself there, but Peter just a little bit too quick on that AWP. So 8-0. Complexity still in this? He shrugged. He's shrugging even higher. It's a very high shrug for those of you listening at home. A little bit of a dance.
My shoulders are a little bit sore, actually.
Now he's taking his shirt off. Why are you touching me? Now he's touching me. Oh,
Oh,
God. Someone...
this is a family-friendly show. Whoa. Oh,
Okay,
let's not
so,
spread lies and slander about me right now, Danny.
Because the internet does that enough. 8-0. No.
There was no shirts going off. This is a professional
Mate, you got a great rig, mate. You should cast topless. You really should.
No, that's illegal on Twitch. See, I read the
Is
terms.
it for a dude to be topless?
Yes. You should read the terms and services on Twitch.
You
Or
read the
anything
terms and
really. On
services on
YouTube,
everything.
I'm fairly certain. As
You read the terms and services on the milk you pour on your cereal. You're a very well-informed
Probably.
person, but I read comics and the backside of cereal boxes where they give you fun facts. And Beta opening up onto Nitro gets taken down straight away. So a nice opening there for compLexity, giving themselves every opportunity. And Delige there with the aggression takes down Def, who's very unaware. So evens up the numbers once again, but obviously still in favor of compLexity ever so slightly as Yacer just tries to bank himself, catch out any aggression that comes out from these Liquid players, but I don't think there'll be too much as we do see the Ivy push coming through. It's actually JDM here with the op. Needs to find one. He gets a nice quick scope on. Doesn't expect Slemmy to come through. Needs to get the trade. Manages to get away. Now it's just down to Slemmy trying to get that frag onto JDM. They know exactly where he is. He actually manages to find the second, so he really does love this train map, doesn't he? But he eventually does get taken down by Twist. So 9-0. This might be towards the phase of where it's just getting away from them a little bit.
just a little bit, you think?
9. It's just 9. I think you worry at 11.
I think you.
But I'm sorry, you're saying about the. You're saying about the.
It's the way, you know. It is the way.
You know, you're talking about the terms and services. So
I don't know.
wait,
actually,
no,
YouTube.
We're
I have
on
to check
YouTube.
this,
So yeah, can you take your shirt off? If you can, I suggest you do. As we see, once again that push coming through. Nice teamwork there from Twist and Nitro to shut down anything happening towards Brown Horse, and they've got a nice position and the bomb. So Peter, we will pray for him, but he hasn't got too much to work with here. That single P250, which we know has been nerfed. Still could do something if he closes the distance, but it would be very surprising if he gets a frag here. He's kind of sandwiched into this awkward position. He'd need to make a play towards that outer sight and just kind of like catch maybe an unsuspecting player off guard, but it's a 5-on-1, especially against 2 orbs on train. No armor, no utility, no bomb.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think.
As my co-caster is reading through the YouTube terms of services to see if he can cast topless.
Threats, harmful or dangerous content. Yeah, looking at my body is harmful because everyone will be like, I don't want to be like that person. So, yeah, my shirt's gonna stay on.
All right, all right, all right.
There's actually a couple of things here, which is don't cross the lines, mainly common sense stuff. There's going to be a clean-up towards inners.
Yeah, Nitro taking down Peter. I thought he had a bit of a chance there. Did get tagged down to just under 70 health, but nonetheless, another buy round coming out for compLexity here. Twist, the Twist Nitro, the Twitro, the Nwist combination there.
Twitro actually works out
Twitro's,
kind of well. Yeah, that's kind of a decent.
What did I hear Jason IRL say like the other week about Nitro? That every noob that plays CS, it's a very common name. It's like naming a dog, you know, what's a common dog name actually?
Spot.
Spot. No,
Yeah.
not Spot. There's heaps of common.
Spot's a pretty common
Yeah, I guess
name.
so. Yeah, it's just like every player that comes
Barker?
on that's never had an alias before is like, oh man, you know what's a sick name? Nitro.
I don't think so. How does Nitro always get here? What? Does he just push inners does he push Pop Dog and just find people? Regardless, at least they get picks on towards the A site. It's going to force a rotation across. They don't know where Depth is at this stage, and Depth should be able to take down Nitro's in a bit of a pickle, really, as Yaster's locked down the line. JDM has spotted him out. Can't really challenge CT Connector now.
And Def manages to find one onto Nitro, holding that Pop Dog position. So, looks like the bomb will go down very shortly. Stanazol needed to hit that shot to give his team any kind of chances. It's just the 2 orbs here. And it's going to be very difficult for the retakes. So at this stage, it's going to be a bit of a hold and try to protect each other, hold on to those orbs. And compLexity will get the first.
Yeah, Depth is on the hunt already, so compLexity do well on the back of just the A site take. A little bit of over-aggression from Liquid probably left the A site a little bit too open, and a good wall of smokes just isolate lines for the AWP and the AK to use. So Depth is now on the hunt, and they're not watching where he is in particular, so easy execute for Stanislaw.
Oh, I would have liked to have seen a little bit of trigger discipline there. Could have spotted out the second, but doesn't need it because he'll just out-aim him nonetheless and recover that secondary up. No, it looks like they're just going to go for that one onto Peter. So nice work there to take those orbs out. That is going to make all the world of difference heading into this next round, but the economy is still quite healthy. I don't even know if they can. They might actually be able to afford again once yeah, they will if they so choose to get those double ults once again. So the hunt not indicating too much, but we'll see if it has an effect on the subsequent rounds if compLexity do manage to string a few together, as that economy is drying a bit thin, as we all know how difficult it can be for the CTs to string any kind of money together, much like it is in life. Oh, they've just been popped by aggression towards brown holes every single round. You think they'd get cotton onto it a little bit, but once again, it's a different play every single time. This time, Stanislaw with that AWP close range manages to find Def and open up the account. Slemmy just trying to get a little bit of revenge there towards brown holes as Yace manages to pick up a Liege. And now it's a 4-on-4 situation there. Nice shot from Peter to get Twist a little bit off guard there.
Yeah, this is much better stuff coming out from compLexity right now. Nitro has to just hold on. He does have a little bit of utility to use to try to get himself out of here. Smoke goes a little bit deep so he can still stay alive and just wait and just buy time for the rest of the Liquid just to settle things down. But compLexity can't really push in beyond this threshold. I mean, Nitro is still holding the angle. He doesn't really want to be peeking and challenging the AWPer, but he does, and Peter, very easy shot. Now he's laying the shots and feeling a little bit of confidence. Slemmy's already pushed far behind as well, so they've got access to the B site. They can just go through Pop Dog and take control of it. Not if Stanislaw has anything to say about it, though, because he's found the correct angle right now. He's taken out one, has not spotted out Android. Very easy trade for Android. And just dancing on top of Red Train. Really well done by him, just to spread out the information that it is going to be JDM towards the Ivy line. And now Slemmy coming in through City Connector. Making a lot of noise, though. JDM's already rotated across with the P250. Needs to find the shots and manages to make it work out. And Android, just taking maybe a little bit too long to help out his buddy, is now on top of Red Train. JDM spotted him out once again. It's just a dance around ladders right now. Snakes and ladders. Lounging in ladders. Oh. And Android missing a lot of the AK shots. This will give JDM a little bit of time to reset, a little bit of reprieve as he makes his way out of the site. Android can still go for a safe plan, but now down towards 8 seconds left. JDM. Android's just faked it once. Oh. Clothesline JDM. Really good stuff from Android. Took a little bit long towards the end, but he does manage to capitalize it, and compLexity pick up 2.
Yeah, very well played there from Android. Unfortunately, his team did go down. It did bait a bit of action there from JDM, but eventually does manage to outplay him with that fake bomb plan. Unfortunate for JDM, not able to land that first shot he had on him. So second round, and this is where we see it come into play. There was that 4750 that could have been saved into these subsequent rounds. Now it's just going to be kind of a bit of an upgraded pistol buy for a couple of players. There's USPs coming out raw for JDM and Nitro, and a single HE onto Stanislaw. So it looks like this will most likely be that third round onto compLexity, but how many eco rounds we've seen go the other way onto Train, I couldn't tell you because I can only count to 1 million. That's about where it stops. I'm saying there's been a lot of I mean, it's just a broad comment to fill a space. Don't look at me with those death eyes.
They're not death eyes. They're just like, what just happened? It's like perplexed. That's like my perplexed face.
Perplexed.
I'll see if I can pull it off here right now.
No, do it when the camera's on us. I don't want them to miss your sexy perplexed face. This is how you got your girlfriend, isn't it?
No.
You saw her across the bar and you're like, what face will get her?
It has actually been 41 months, but that is literally all I'll say. It's been 41 months. We still count by months, which is a little bit. No, you can make it you can make it as what you will. But
you gotta keep the fire alive in this day and age, mate. Anyway, Def does come out towards upper, and he has made his way quite progressively on the side. Might find a couple of easy frags here onto one. He manages to find one through the wall there, and it looks like it's JDM going to push this Molly. Finds a nice easy smoke, gets the weapon of his choice. Might find another one, tries to do a bit of a fall in there towards lower ramp, but gets taken down straight away by Yaster. So 3 rounds for compLexity. The buy should be coming out for Liquid, and we'll see how this ends up. 10-5. Considering how this round started, compLexity, you got to probably be happy with that, really.
Yeah, I mean, it gives them enough to work with. If Liquid can close it up 12-3, they'll be happy with that towards the end as well. Liquid kind of playing a little bit too aggressive, a little bit too loose, and compLexity are punishing them for it and starting to wake up as well, executing and just making sure that the executes are backed up with some nice aim coming out from Yaystar as well as Android so far. JDM, no chill though. He's taken Ivy control just like that. And Android should suspect that there is Ivy control, but he's going to dry peek and he's going to be punished for the fact that you can't really walk into an AWPer just like that. Yaster's coming out as well. He's still alive though. And for Peter, it's going to be blinded out. Peter had to go back to hold the Ivy push. He's going to take a lot of damage coming out from... I'm not sure where. I'm fairly certain that may be in a wallbang coming out from JDM or from one of the AWPs because he shouldn't be down towards 69 HP like that. As Def is slowly walking out by himself on towards... Oh, Liege! Oh my goodness, Liege. You can't just turn away like that. You will be cleaned up.
Is that the 4x3 coming into play?
Potentially so. Slammy is also towards the sandwich. One trade. Twist Ready and waiting. He's holding the angle, but he's got a full mask, which is not the best weapon. And now Nitro's come across the spot as Slammy out. Slammy! 2 kills now before he's finally traded out. Now it's all down towards Peter. He's also coming towards Sandwich, wants some action with the AWP. He's had a good game so far. Might be able to find another pick, but misses the quick scope. Now a dance around the green train, just between the two of them. Very romantic, as now Peter makes it not romantic by killing him. And Stanislaw.
If they're a grasshopper or a spider, that's the way it's got to go. After a bit of romantics, they do get killed. But nonetheless, we do go for a one-on-one situation here. Nice little split screen action. Stanislaw does pick him up towards team main, and they haven't managed to recover the AWP as well. The economy, though, might be somewhat questionable. See if they can buy up into this last round, but obviously nothing to leave for where. We do see the MP9s raining out. We'll see if they can get into those close proximities and shred through, as we do see the FAMAS as well onto Twist. So this buy, once again, a little bit worse for wear for the guys over, and we do see Slammy with that UMP. He has been he's been looking quite sharp thus far, so it's a shame that we don't get to see him with that last round in the AK on this T side, but we'll see if they can get to that all-important 4th round. They can stave off something in the second half.
Nitro just eats that grenade as complexity. Lying for a B-side take, Stanislaw might be in a little bit of trouble right now because the smoke may be fading soon. I'm not sure if Yaystar spotted him out. That may be in a little bit of smoke occlusion. Well, Stanislaw now knows there's a lot of them. He's definitely dead for certain. He'll buy a little bit of time, but the bomb's already made its way through. That is going to be... Who's carrying the bomb? It's going to be Slammy that's already on the site. He's going to get the bomb plant down quite early on. Very, very aggressive plays coming out from complexity. And JD, I was expecting Yaystar just to be sprinting full force down towards Catwalk. Oh, Yaystar, that is sharp. This should buy complexity around 4-2 right now. There is no way for Team Liquid back in. Not on the back of this firepower, surely. Complexity 4-11.
Yeah, and Def just taking down Nitro if we can get started. He only had the MP9, so we see Twist with the FAMAS, no utility in hand. Kit also not present. He does find one, but he's given away his position. He does find the second as well, so now it's 2-1. Android is also super low. They might spot him, but it's not going to give anything away towards upper there. And there you have it. Just takes a little bit of a sneaky peek because Peter just pads his stats with that final kill. Bomb was already ticked away. And 11-4, so, not that 10-5 they were probably looking for, but still a very respectable scoreline considering they're, 8-9 down.
As long as they take pistol on the CD side, enough for complexity to work with. Liquid still have work to do going forward, but let's see if they can. We'll be back after 1.5 minutes. Hello everyone and welcome back. It is halftime between Liquid as well as Complexity. 11-4 in Liquid's favour as they're going towards the T side of train, which is a good scoreline for them to work with. Could have been more because it was 10-0 at one stage. It was starting to become a little bit scary.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, the way the game has gone in the momentum, maybe not the start of the game, but just the way the second half has carried on, both teams will be, not necessarily happy. Obviously, Liquid probably wanted a couple more rounds, and Complexity, might have gone to that 5 or 6, but they'd be content, right, where they're sitting?
Absolutely.
It's still open slower.
I'm so tempted to actually just whip out and just be like, I don't think the odds should necessarily be like that just yet because it's not over yet. If anything that we saw from earlier today, just saying, it is the potential for Complexity to come back. I mean, some of the players are on point. Liquid, some of the other players are not particularly on point.
Yeah.
I'm not advocating. I'm not advocating for betting, but if I was a betting person, $5 in Complexity wouldn't be a bad idea at this stage.
Oh yeah, and always, as always, bet responsibly. Make sure you're over 18, and depends where you're laws and states are. So nonetheless, 7 is, yeah, it's a bit too generous. If we're just talking purely on the odds that the professionals at Betway have set up there, it's a bit lenient. Having said that, I mean, there was an 11-1 that just won in the
It's
previous
there
game.
for a reason, because it is meant to be like those are the odds. It's like it is a very, very off chance. Like what we saw earlier today between Spice and SK, in my mind, is definitely a very off chance. Very little people would have predicted it, us included. Probably even Spice didn't predict it. I mean, Spice would have been like, look, we can definitely win this one, but it would have been like a 1% chance.
Yeah.
About so.
But I think you have to go into
But 1%, sometimes it happens. Every 1 in 100 times it happens.
Yes.
How many matches have Pro League played?
Yeah, accurate depiction of what 1% would mean if the equation led to 100 games. But 4-11, pistol round, all important for the guys on the CT side, but not just the pistol. They need to string together those rounds, build up that economy, because they could be, I mean, that's always the fight back, right? You can't force into as much as Slemmy and Peter just open up straight away onto Twist, and Nitro and Leech will go down as well. So it looks like it's a nice, powerful start there. Now just down to Stanislaw and JDM. They still do have the bomb. It has been spotted by Yesa. He's just plugging away towards Team Main there, and he has landed a couple of shots, taking him down. Eventually will get finished off by Def. Now it's just down to Stanislaw. He has a decoy, which means almost nothing. Manages to find one onto Def. This is close quarters. He's got every opportunity, kind of nullifying the utilization of those USPs. Actually trades out for a P250, so all the more better there. Just tries to find something, anything. Popping off shots, but there he's just facing like 3 players right now. This is all but over if he can get anything away. There goes the decoy. Not too sure what he's going to accomplish with that. It gets taken down by Peter, and he will reward himself with a P250. Ooh, almost B-hops over it, but manages to pick it up. So, 5, the pistol has been won. Now we'll see if they can bank off and win the subsequent rounds and just try to really set that foundation of an economy up to claw back this scoreline.
I just realized like Android barely has any kills, but the kills he have been impact kills.
Yeah.
So that's what we always say. It doesn't matter if you're at the bottom of the scoreboard. If 3 of your kills have been impact kills and getting complexity of the rounds, then those are the most important kills. You can go 1 in 30, but if you win that final round with a single kill, you're the hero.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like when you're in a league, right? It's not about how many times you win, it's about when you win.
But if you win as many times as possible, that's also really good.
It's really good, but you can come first in the league and you get into that first semi-final, you fall out straight away. It means absolutely not nothing, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, is it really winning? Like, you've won the minor premiership, but you really haven't won the major premiership, so yeah. It's...
No,
I get what you mean. I got you, Danny.
Couple of deagles here onto Nitro and Twist JDM. And at Liege with the CZ in hand. We'll see if they can get anything done. Haven't seen too many flurry plays. I thought we saw 1 or 2 Inferno there from the guys on Splice, but, you know.
Did JDM just stroll by and just double dink him?
Not too sure.
Because he had no head armor? What is going on?
So, yeah, speaking of that, Def manages to find 1, brings it back to a 2-on-3, but Slemmy is super low. He's got that UMP, needs to find a frag before it goes down. Liege actually managed to take Def. So, that's very unfortunate for him.
Okay, I'm fairly certain Yaestar did not have head armor. That was a big mistake because that cost him his life. And he was the one he had to output the most damage. Gave an M4 over towards JDM, who got another kill with it. Really, really big letdown from compLexity because they put themselves right back into contention and then they just dropped that.
Yeah, and it wasn't even very hard for a fight. It was just Liquid just had their number in every way. And yeah, very interesting to get that second round M4 and not back yourself facing these pistols or whatever, maybe even a scout without head armor. But nonetheless, we see Slemmy holding this IV position. We'll see if we can bring it back for his team. And a couple of scouts raining out for compLexity, see if they can get anything done. Def manages to get away with 13 HP due to the molly and the nades. And Peter actually does find one onto Stanislaw, so it's a nice little start there, but obviously the firepower is still very heavily in favor, and the P90 onto JDM. This will be interesting.
But the tagging has been done. I mean, Elige is 81. Nitro is 1 scout bullet away, so it doesn't matter if Def is like tagged up. All he needs to do is just put 1 shot, make the rest of the damage for the players a lot easier, and Twist. It's going to switch out to the M4. It's going to drop the UMP. And where are compLexity going to go, I guess, in response? They've actually put only 3 on this A bomb site, which is never going to be favorable considering that that is where Team Liquid are going to be going. They need to start rotating the members faster over.
Yeah, Twist might be able to find Yaestar here, depending on which way he goes about it. And Def is also very low, but he has got the scout. It looks like he'll be making his way towards Heaven here as Twist makes his way out. Yaestar holding a nice little angle, but I don't think he's looking in the right direction. Maybe just waiting for a flash there. Does get taken down, and so does Def. So 3-on-3, Slemmy finding some work with that CZ, and finds another one once again. And I love the way this guy plays on train. It's just really his map, isn't it? He might find another one on too. Nitro, but gets taken down, unfortunately. Peter does some damage with the scout there. So now down to a Liege there. Gets potted once again to 13 HP and is hurt. He knows there's a player above him, but Peter will just take him out nonetheless. So there you have a very back and forth stuff so far in the second half.
Yeah, really well played from compLexity to kind of swing things back in their favor. Double scout setup. They set it up perfectly as Liquid kind of just stroll in and just get taken down by scouts. I mean, really well done, as you mentioned, Slemmy, just playing the close quarters, really good trigger discipline to take down 2 people with the CZ. Brings the numbers in favor for compLexity once again after their great start. And Liquid are going to force straight up to it, but I like to see a faster, more explosive strategy. That's what's going to work out for them. But they're just going to fake a few smokes towards the A bomb site and then just slowly work in instead. And Android has fallen straight back. There's a lot of danger. He realizes that if he falls, that's B site just handed over towards Liquid on a platter.
Yeah, and you hate
on a delicious platter as well for Liquid.
I'm going to have to ask you a bit later about how that plays out. It makes it delicious. But yeah, he's got the AK. He's got that kind of range. We'll see if he can do anything towards Coil here, but it looks like they will be going towards this inner bomb site or down to him. The rotate will be fairly quick from Def there through the Z connector, but he needs to post up some numbers here. He takes a bit of a peek, gets information. The call should be out. The player's rotating through. Doesn't give too much away here. Just waiting for his team to come on through. He does manage to find a Liege there. Come on a second. Def backing him up, finding JDM. So this is a nice little hold here coming out from compLexity.
That was really smart coming from Android. So even if he loses a life, goes 1 for 1, at the very least stops Liquid from pushing really deep into the bomb site. That's going to make the hold so much more difficult, considering that the last 2 members only have a Deagle as well as a Peter 50 to work with, and they won't find anything at all. So upgrades across the board for the CTs if Yeaster's given something to work with. There it is. AK dropped onto the ground. Okay, so 3 AKs taken forward, which is still an upgrade considering they had a few SMGs, but that was just so smart played by Android. Once again, he's not scoring too hard on the scoreboard, but the way he played the B site allowed compLexity to win that round. Just slowly playing is like, okay, no one's dropped down. Let's take a quick peek. All there's 3 there. I'm just going to hold this angle, and I'm just going to wait for the rotation to come forward. And that just allows them for Liquid to not be able to flood the back of site. So this allows compLexity to rotate forward without incurring any heavy losses. And that is so critical. When you contain, I guess, you know, the attacking side towards a particular point, it makes your life so much easier. That is not good, though, because now it allows them to push actually a little bit deeper than if you didn't have any members.
Yeah, absolutely. If he just fell away with the 1, obviously spawning 1 through the smoke, thought he had the spray advantage, gets taken down by the CZ. He was
Star, is he going to smoke it? Clearing out the angles. Okay, he's made his position known. Oh, Stanislaw is going to find 1. He's just, you've got a smoke grenade, Yeastar. You can use it. Slam is also coming across. They're just going to peek into Yeastar. There's 3 people waiting. Yeastar probably shouldn't have gone for a target that was so far away. It was UMP, it's not going to succeed at this time. You can kind of figure that Liquid don't have armor, but still.
Yeah, that was a little bit unfortunate there. He had the opportunity, but I mean, I still think he would have gotten down. There were 3 people watching different angles. Slemmy manages to get 1 before it goes. Will he get away with his life? He manages to, and
gets the clothesline. It's just like
Nitro
goes, yo, what's up?
He's like, yeah, I got an orb. Bang. So, once again, the backwards and forwards. You can get whiplash watching the early stages of this half, but maybe this is an opportunity for it to equalize. Liquid with the superior firepower manages to take away that last round. Now they're on 13, not too much to wish for. Also close to that match point, and the scout onto Def. Actually, this setup worked quite well for them last time. We'll see if they can make it work again, but I'm sure Liquid are going to be a bit more wiser onto this. We see an aggressive play down towards the bottom of Pop Dog here. Nitro already out, finds a nice shot onto Yeaster, spraying through, does a little bit of team damage there. Take down to 29 health. He's going to find someone towards the back of those 2 halls, and Slem's in a nice angle here. I love watching Semi with the P250, just dancing on these trains. He's got a little bit of information, but hasn't given too much away. He could find Twisty very easily, but actually gets taken down straight away with the AK. Android finds 1 onto a Liege, and the spray coming through from Twist shuts it down straight away. Bomb still yet to go down, but they do have control of this site now. It's just down to Android and Def to find something. Def might get a bit of a tag here happening, but Twist just peeks wide, takes him straight down. So a nice round from Twist there, managing to pick up that 4K, and might have that opportunity to kind of equalize and just carry this round out through and do what Liquid do best. And actually, some might argue that Liquid choke the best, but that's neither here nor there.
I don't think his iteration of Liquid choke's that hard, to be honest.
It's this iteration of Liquid choke's that hard? You don't think?
No.
I don't know, man. I'm watching a Astralis map where they had like 13 to 11 against the Nico on Mirage, and they lost that. You know, they made it to the final nonetheless, but,
no, but
their
I'm
job
looking
could
at
have been so much
comparison.
easier.
Is like if you compare towards how they chose
Other
against
liquids?
Luminosity,
Yeah.
it was like that's like the pinnacle of choking.
That's going back to like SK Luminosity days,
Like-
right? Like a while back.
Yeah, so when SK
Yeah.
was still part of Luminosity and like Cold Zero
Yeah,
got
yeah,
the
that's
jumping
legendary.
on Mirage, it was just like they were up 15-9. They lose in overtime, and then I think it goes on to the next map. They were up 15-6.
Well, that's the CSGO community, right? It's like Game of Thrones. The internet never forgets. So, I mean, obviously you got to do a bit of work, but this could be maybe the best iteration of Liquid we have seen, but still days ahead of them to determine that. As we see the 8Ks, JDM has that AWP in hand as Stanislaw is actually quite low, but doesn't make a difference to him, but in the end will get taken down by the massive Yacer as Leech trades it out. So 1 for 1 there. Leech is in a nice little position here.
All he has to do is hide and just kind of play towards the Ivy line, but the smoke should be spotted out coming out from Peter, so he knows that there's probably one towards either Old Bomb Train or towards Hell. This really smart utilization of utility from Liquid and compLexity. They're only allowed a few corridors to come in, and they have to start going soon or Leech. Just a really good flashbang. Like I said, the smoke earlier gave his position away. Slemmy and Peter knows exactly what's up. And now Nitro, a lot of angles to play with. Peter's got to land this shot. He won't be able to do so. Slemmy finds the second one. Might just instantly jump on the defuse. There's actually Android on the defuse, but he does not have a kit. He's sticking it, though. 5 seconds left on the timer, and Nitro has to find the defuser. He won't be able to find him in time. Just tags him once as Def is the line lockdown. compLexity do manage to take that round just at the very edge of it as well.
Was he out of ammo when his AK? Is that where he got the deagle out?
Yes.
Oh, man. If he had the AK still, would have found it perfectly. That's very unfortunate.
But like you look at it, like the damage that the AK does at that close range is never enough compared towards the Desert Eagle. So he landed the shot he needed to, but Android wasn't low enough. He had to land a headshot, which is so difficult in those circumstances. So whipping out the Deagle is probably the correct decision. Close range, it does 60 damage. AK at close range does 27 or 30.
Oh, yeah, no, but I'm saying you have more bullets in the AK. I'm not saying he peeks out one with 1 bullet left.
I still reckon, like, even if it was AK, barring it was a headshot,
just
they
spam with
would've
the Deagle,
lost
body
it.
spam with the Deagle, double shot body kill. Oh, I guess if he did get taken
depth!
down. Oh.
Oh, has he done it? They nearly sneak past him. He decides to back out. They like go past and they're like, whoop, let's just back out of here. It's a good thing because Def was actually there, and if they both committed to it, would have spelled serious disaster. And now Peter's just having an absolute field day right now. He's been pretty good with the ops so far. Now he's made it a great day with AWPs. He's locking down the CT connect or the T connector line. He's channeling a little bit of Fallen from what we saw earlier today on Train. Hasn't, you know, outside of that one round where he missed a couple of critical shots, he's been landing them pretty consistently. He's had a Train match, which is allowed compLexity to slowly but steadily just struggle their way back into it. It's by the way, no means they're back into it. That's how you start a comeback, right? You just slowly gather rounds, roll your way forward, use momentum.
Absolutely the way to go about it. And they're still not too far out of this, but that, you know, 14 is always a bit dangerous now. JDM just kind of lurking around with his nuclear threat, seeing if anyone is around. He's kind of in the clear at the moment, does have control of bomb. 26 seconds left, but it'd be absolutely insane to try to go for something. Maybe just keep his position safe and try to save. But then again, he might back himself to do something. Android in a nice little angle. He does decide to peek, but it looks like he's just going to try and wind down the clock. Now it's all important that the hunt doesn't come out and he goes down after time. That would be an absolute nightmare, but it looks like nothing is given away too much by the guys on compLexity. So it looks like we'll be heading to a 14-9. And like you said, if they can control, I mean, I definitely think Slemmy is that kind of IGL that can lead a team like this to a very steady control comeback victory. But, you know, Liquid, we know what they're capable of.
Eye pigeon. Nice.
You love the birds on this map, huh?
Hey, you got to be careful. The birds will give you away. Not even joking.
Yeah,
Those birds
for sure.
actually do give you away.
They fixed that though, didn't they? That's like old school giveaway, isn't it?
I don't know if they've recently patched it or not. I haven't actually experimented it recently, so...
It's just Valve just trolling on us.
The bird was there, so I don't know if it still flies away at a particular destined point in time.
Couldn't you jump on it once as well? Was that in Inferno or something? Could like jump on the bird once you kill it to fly away?
No, I don't
Maybe
think
I'm
so.
gonna crack. Oh, take the shot.
Oh,
He has no idea.
Oh,
Oh!
JDM! Oh, Nitro gets tagged down as well. Oh no, this has gone terribly wrong for Liquid as Peter. They will be able to fake him out, but Android's got the support with a rifle. They're still both on the flat ground, and Nitro, though, is stepping up right now, the IGL. But you don't really want the IGL stepping up as Peter is still alive on the ground, ready to do some damage.
Yeah, and Def here is very close. A little bit of trigger discipline, tries to set up, but they know exactly where that second player is, backed up by his team. Nice, easy retake, managed to stay 3 up, and that double op will be coming out thanks to JDM. So Unfortunately, we didn't see a collat there thanks to that wall, but that was a nice shot nonetheless.
It's just painful, man. Like, he just got shot in the crotch area. It's not pleasant. It's just traced directly on. And just so happens, like, oh, I'm going to peek this line. Nope, Nitro, not fun. But Nitro still managed to do a little bit of damage, but still, compLexity take the round.
Just looking at Alicia's mouse sense, because everyone talks about how high it is, right? But it's what? It's 0.77 on 1600
That's actually
DPI.
quite high.
What's that? It's like 2.8 on 400?
Well, it's effectively
Close to
double of
3.
what I use, and I'm already on... I think it's like a... There was a scale on where the DPI sits at, as now Liquid's just going straight towards the inners line once again. Android has not had time to bust out the utility, so it's just going to fall. Peter's just dueling them out one by one at the stage. He's done well to get 3. Alicia tagged down low on the cross. Where are the grenades coming out from compLexity? Not yet. Stanislaw does manage to, you know, just flit his way back towards inners.
So yeah, they've given himself a bit of a chance there. Now Stanislaw can recover one of these weapons. Will give himself a much bigger chance. Def has been tagged down 20, but now he's got the AWP, so it's a one-shot kill. It's just all down to how he plays this. Oh, he has spotted one. Needs to land that shot, but unfortunately, that's why he probably opts not to AWP more often than not. Defuse will come in. So that slow grind coming up for the comeback is happening. But considering that was a bit of a pistol upgrade by for the guys on Liquid coming through, getting a bomb plant, getting into a 2-on-1 situation, maybe a little bit scary, as we will see the buy coming out from the T side. So what are you playing? That means you play on like 1.3, 400 DPI?
I play 800 DPI 0.8, and I think mine is already at the lower... Someone told me it's in terms of like the sensitivity in the DPI, there's a specific range where most, like 90% or 80 to 90% of the pro players sit at, and there's a reason for it. And mine already is at the very low end, so it wouldn't surprise me that Alege is actually towards the very high end or just a little bit above. I think that range was like 1 point... It was like on 400 DPI, it was like 1.4 to 2.1, so whenever you scale that down. So he's actually a lot above. He's more of a risk gamer as opposed to what's
Do you play stretched?
Do I play stretched or does he play stretched? Sorry.
For you?
No, I play 16-9.
Oh. Oh, so you play like full ratio?
Yeah, full ratio.
Strat stuff, right.
Because
also if he plays on stretched, that bumps it up once again, right? If he's playing 4x3, it's like 3 times faster. Not 3 times, but like 1.6 times faster. Nonetheless, we digress. This is a fun nerd talk we can do on the forums. As we see the buys coming out, double AWP still remain on compLexity. They've been quite well to bring back to 11-14. And we see the buy from Liquid. JDM with that AWP. He's, you know, being shut down with a little bit of aggressive peeking, but at this stage, could be every opportunity for Team Liquid. They just need to get to that one more. I mean, we spoke about how this iteration doesn't choke as much, but there's a couple of familiar players in there. They might get to that feeling. Might be some bad juju.
But at the same time, like compLexity have definitely stepped up the game very well, and they're holding off the pushes. Team Liquid going for an A-side execute towards the last 24 seconds. It is a little bit dangerous, and Peter has been isolated out. He's been doing well so far, but he misses. That's the uncharacteristic miss that we spotted out from Peter. He does manage to take down Twist, trying to push fast up. Android does a lot of damage on towards Stanislaw, who will still get the bomb plant down. Android doesn't realize it's a little bit higher up. Peter does fall. Yaystar cushes out, gets 3 coming out from Pop Dog. No one's watching the angle. And compLexity, another round 1, 3 guns up. They can still buy up.
Yeah, they managed to hold it. Look how much utility Yaystar's picked up as well. So their economy is going to be on a nice little roll here to give them every chance to claw back at this 14 scoreline. And on the signs of that AWP, Yaystar here.
Yeah, that's a really good job. No, just take
the
even coming out the flank. It's still critical coming out towards that moment because he makes it look really easy with the spray transfer. Sure, the third person was low, but getting the second person was probably the dangerous man. Right? If he doesn't kill the second person, then I think it was Nitro. Nitro would be able to turn around and just continue the killing rampage potentially, especially with JDM backing him up. Okay, fast A-site once again. Yaystar here at the last round. Now he just completely collapses. No presence whatsoever. Given in this round, JDM will miss the first shot, which means that Slemmy is still alive. He's still dancing around, can't find the angle towards Stanislaw. And Android, he gets one, doesn't realize that bomb's been planted down. Alicia still carrying out towards New Hell, sorry. Peter just comes flying through, but he misses the close range shot. Now the long range IV rotation comes forward as well. Android, he will be able to spot out Alicia, but won't get the kill as Alicia finds depth. Now down towards a 1-on-2. He's been pincered off from both sides as well. No way Android wins this. Liquid Goes 15-2.
Yeah, Nitro.
There we
As
have
long as
it.
he, I thought Nitro was going to take a little bit of people, obviously just jiggling, trying to bait something out, and they do recover that AWP as well. So there you have it, Liquid. Although, you know, albeit a very hard fought, they do get to that match point. And hopefully they can brush off those cobwebs of old and just close out compLexity.
compLexity still have a bind. There's a lot of utility to work with, so it's not so easy for Liquid. Not so easy for the blue and white.
Yeah, JDM's been a little bit quiet. All being said, he's just been taken down very early. He likes to take that early pick, try to open something up for his team, but hasn't been too effective in the latter parts of the second half. See, Nitro's made his way out.
Malaysia's already down Pop Dog as well, so T-Con, this is another throw of the dice on the A bomb site. Slemmy's going to take down Stanislaw, and Andro's going to join in as well. Where is the push coming from Nitro? Nitro's the danger person. I don't think he's spotted the one towards Heaven just yet, but Yeastar drops down after a Liege drops him low.
So Nitro, yeah, was in a very important position there, and now it's just a matter of what Slemmy can come up with. But Peter here on the long flank, he needs to get something done very quickly. Probably needs to move a bit faster than he is now, depending on whether Slemmy can lock this down. 3-on-3 situation, done very well to bring it back. Slemmy unfortunately gets taken down by Nitro, so trade's coming out 1-for-1. Now JDM needs to find something locking it down from Pop Dog. And just keeping on that T connected there, so he might be the case where Peter is just made absolutely redundant, depending on what JDM can find in that corner. Peter actually manages to find a Legion. JDM gets taken down, watching the line, so Peter does magnificent work there to take the round back, 13-15, and they do hold on to one of those orbs. The search is going to go out for the second. It's going to be the long 10-second defuse here. And yeah, nice frags there from Peter to retake that site.
I'd say Liquid at this round.
They get the 2 orbs as well.
Yeah, Liquid will have enough to potentially force up. I don't think their economy is in the best of shapes. Yeah, they can force up. It's going to be pretty poor, so they might just go for basic pistols and just go for a hard B or hard A. Or maybe a few smoke grenades just to get the bomb plant down.
Yeah, no, that's definitely what you want to see. You'd be a little bit distressed if you saw a force up.
Swiss is brought up, but he may have been the one with 4K. That's fine. So a single smoke grenade, 3 flashbangs.
Doesn't look like they're committing all bodies to a single area of the map as of yet. A little bit of Ivy presence, not giving anything away. I'm sure compLexity know exactly the game that's up, so no need to be aggressive and walk into the line of these CZs. Just let it play out. Use the range of the rifles. Let me just trying to find some information towards Ivy there and take it up to that 14th round.
What is Stanislaw going to do with the smoke grenade? That's my question, because even if you use a smoke grenade towards Ivy right now, where are your members going to go? They're not with you at this stage. They're going to come out of T connector and whatnot, but Peter's just going to push beyond the Ivy smoke. He's still got presence there in Slemmy, and Slemmy goes, there's no one here, Peter. That's all right. You can just keep watching towards T connector. So there you have it. Like, they've used their utility very early on for 0 map gain whatsoever. They're like, okay, I shouldn't say 0. They've gained a few inches at Ivy.
Well, you know, some people think gaining a few inches is very important.
Potentially so, but it's not going to win you rounds of Counter-Strike. You need a lot more. You need meters, as a matter of fact. And now they're going to push out. And where is Slemmy? He's got to step up big right now. There you have it. He finally gets 2. Where's the rest of the people on the A-bomb site? They're just playing retake. compLexity don't want to give Liquid any opportunity in this eco round. And Peter now pushing across. They're trying to find the shots against each other. Won't be able to do so as Yeastar finds another one, and it looks like Nitro is just looking to do as much damage as he can. Oh, all of a sudden it's actually become very competitive. He's got 6 balls left in the clip. Android still coming across. It would have been heartbreaking if Android lost that, but holds his composure. And now we're down towards the final round. compLexity can buy up in this, but oh my goodness, losing so many guns was not good for their economy. That's not the best force up, and Liquid have a little bit more to work with. They don't have the most to work with as well. So it's going to come down towards probably the battle of 3 M4s versus 2 AKs.
So that UMP and that Galil there could be detrimental, as we're going to see the one player deaf with the head armor. So we'll see if they can utilize that. Team Liquid might need to get something done now as compLexity, if they do start on that CT side on this map, they could get away with it as the momentum has definitely swung in their favor. Liquid, definitely the favorites to win out this map. We saw the odds on compLexity, I believe it was, what was it, 7? At the halftime?
Yeah, 7 to 1.05, I believe it was.
Yeah,
so something very skewed in Liquid's favor. Or I went, it shouldn't be that skewed just yet. I would not say that compLexity didn't have a chance.
Oh, absolutely not. You can just tell by the scoreline right now as you do see Stanislaw just a little bit aggressive towards Ivy, just pop back out, gets away with 41 health. He's a player with that SMG. So, you know, if anyone's going to go down early, might as well be Stanislaw, but does manage to get away. Now, the utilities come into play here as both teams are running quite low. See what they can do. We do see that kind of classic stack that we have seen. 3-2 split with the player in Peter, the AWPer, holding towards that Z connector, watching towards main. We'll see what can happen. This looks like the flash is ran out.
So that's Z connector, Stanislaw. Oh, no, Def, you don't want to be looking in the wrong direction. Peter, though, at least finds one in trade, and Slemmy should be able to shut down the AWPer. He's spotting out the information. He's going to play the long game. He's going to play the bait game, and he spotted out JDM, takes him out there, spots out a leash, but can't get the trade. 3 on 3. There is a single kit on Android to work with. Twist just playing on the default position, just waiting for Peter to peek out right now, as now Yaystar is also coming across. Stanislaw is just staying hidden on the ladder at Heaven. He won't be spotted out by the push. Now Twist, he will take the duel with the Galil. It's working out in the favor quite handedly. Now it's all to Stanislaw and Yaystar. He's pushing up, and Stanislaw falls to his death. compLexity will take it in towards overtime. There's a lot of time for him to defuse. Yep, just confirming it with the sound cues. But in towards overtime we go. Match day number 13. It's overtime day. It really is. We had one overtime today after a 16-0. We were like, oh, 16-0, this will be a quick series. And then it went on to be very long. And this one looks like it's going to be another long one. I suspected it would be close. But this is as close as it can be.
Yeah, I mean, you got that right. compLexity just clawed that back. I mean,
why did I not install the Betway ad?
So,
why do I not install the Betway ad and put $5 on? I'm not allowed to.
Was it 14-8, 14-9 for one stage? I don't know. Just very, very well fought back from compLexity there, and definitely towards the later parts of that second half. Looked like they had complete control of it. Unfortunately, Stanislaw there had every opportunity to clutch out that UMP, but just the plays there a bit out of his reach. So we're overtime once again.
I actually want to see what the odds are now.
Well, you got to, like, I mean, before we even look at them.
I've got to take a look at the Betway odds again.
Before we even look at them, right?
Yeah.
You got to favor ever so slightly compLexity at this stage. They will get that opportunity to start on that CT half. No,
I still reckon it's still favored towards Liquid, but it'll be swinging back towards probably the 2 or 3 mark. So we'd probably see a 2.25 to now 1.75 because it updates when it's live, right?
Yeah.
And more people will be like, oh, hang on, compLexity have a chance in this. So that's going to swing really, really far back. And you look at that Betway, it's actually 2.05 right now for compLexity and 1.7 for Liquid.
Yeah, so very close there. I mean, you were laughing if you got on over when it was 11.
I was like, when it was like 7.
7,
like,
sorry, yeah.
When it was 7, I was like, that would be
oh, look at that production team. Look at that. That's just gorgeous. They bring it up.
Because like when I was like thinking about it, when it was like towards the 7 mark, I was like, this is actually a really good time for them to put $5. Like that's like $5. It's great odds. It's not something that you'd expect compLexity to completely lose. They can be definitely competitive on their own CT side, and they have shown to be competitive. Might not take out this map, but suddenly it becomes a little bit closer than people suspected, and that's why with CS you can never complete the story until it is a victory for a side, because you never know what's going to happen until then. And compLexity are once again in the prime position to continue on their good form. Both sides now have enough money to buy it for whatever they want.
Yeah, interesting to see just that single AWP set up onto Peter there. Yaystar just opting to go for that M4 in hand. It looks like there's a bit of a fake coming out. Nice shot from Peter.
That's beautiful.
Looks like it was a little bit of a fake shaping up to that B bomb site, but that opening frag onto Nitro might change the story a little bit, as we do see that bomb just heading towards that Ivy position. Nothing too much to write home about at this stage.
That still gives compLexity the numbers advantage.
So the nade raining out towards that outer bomb site. Still just over 50 seconds left to play, and we just see that heavy stack towards Ivy coming out from Def and Slemmy. Slemmy's been doing some great work from that position, but we'll see if he can carry it through. Numbers advantage in favor of compLexity, as we see JDM just trying to open up. He has been quite quiet in the second half, but we'll see if he can bring it back for his team coming into OT there. Yaystar gets caught out towards Heaven, and Slemmy also gets sprayed through the smoke as well. So this is looking sharp for Liquid to kind of recalibrate and open this overtime up with a nice round win there. Android getting caught out, just having thrown that nade. So 3-on-2, Peter at this stage. It's 16k start, so not too worried about the economy as his teammate does fall. So at this stage, you might just consider.
No, it's really poor play on the A-bomb side. They had the numbers advantage. There was no need to just effectively just collapse on the A-bomb site and just lose complete control of it. They now know where Peter is as well. So Twist should be able to get the kill on it after Peter misses the no-scope. Looks like Twist decides to just start back. Stanislaw will retrieve the AWP for JDM. Just save them a little bit of buying up. But complexity had to step on the A-bomb site. You can't just lose, like, they got the pick. It didn't even get a single person on the A-bomb site. You've got to suspect they're coming towards there at a certain particular point in time. They're not at B. They just bust out on the behind smokes, and complexity can't even get a trade behind it. Really worrying signs right now, because Liquid, they might find their answer. Just go towards B, make something work out. Actually, let's just go fast through Pop. 4 through Pop Dog at the moment. Yaster's completely blind. Everyone's completely blinded, but Yaster's going to be the one that's going to fall. Deft still locking down the line with the AWP. Misses the shot. Twist on the entry has been so sharp so far. That's 3 in this round already. 3 for Twist. And it looks like complexity locked out of this fight completely.
Yeah, Yaster. We've seen him come big on occasion at that E-box, but gets taken down straight away. And that second orb not doing too much. Def, you can't miss shots like that. Gets taken down for not much damage at all. And it looks like Liquid just kind of riding away with this. We know what they can achieve on that CT side. So complexity really did need to pick up this round. Just having a bit of a play with the double orb and the single orb.
I don't think even at this stage they'll be able to take this round, because Liquid, I'd say at this stage, just throw a Hail Mary and just go B.
Liquid?
Liquid just need to go hard B at this stage. There is no point trying to execute for an A-bomb site. Just go hard on towards B site. There is no need to go anywhere else, but it looks like they're actually just going to fake one going out through Pop Dog. That's going to be a Legion. He's actually already sold this. The flashbang's coming from T-Connect is so good. They don't even need to actually go into the B site now, because they've already made it work out towards the A site. Android almost brings it back, and it's down towards a 2-on-2. JDM, he's going to get the bomb plant down. No, actually looks like he's just holding the angle for now. It looks like Molotov's going deep. It's Stanislaw. He wants to play progressive, just picking up so many incendiary grenades. He's flinging it all the way towards Peter. They have to use a smoke grenade. Stanislaw just playing close towards the smoke, just daring for one of them to jump up. And JDM just watching the angle, says hello to Slammy. And Liquid, very clean 3-0 T-side half. That's what you wanted to see. They just went explosive, went fast. And complexity, there is their comeback train just...
Yeah,
just emergency stop, effectively. Complexity, like, yeah, feeling pretty good. Well, let's just pull this break and see what happens. And complexity, they're just in the middle of the train yard, completely dead, nothing to show.
They just pulled the break. They yanked at it and snapped it off, and they can't get back into gear. It looks like Liquid, where was that during regulation time? Nonetheless, to just plow onto these sites, shut it down straight away. I mean, Android did a good effort there to try to bring it back to a 2-on-2. But the post plant, beautiful coming out of Liquid. 3-0, you've got to suspect they will be able to carry this out quite easily and take the match in overtime. But complexity, unfortunately, it was so weird. Just that little gap from regulation to overtime, and they just fell asleep a little bit again, didn't they?
They're expecting Liquid to play really disciplined, like how they did in the first round of overtime, where Liquid probably got really good entries onto the A-bomb site, made it work out on a 4-on-5 disadvantageous situation. And JDM's going to take a little bit of damage trying to peek up as the molly, but once again, that's what we talk about. They'll happily trade 40 points worth of damage to see if they can get a cheeky pick on towards one of the members from complexity. And Yaster just spotting if there's anyone close.
So very important round here for complexity. The fight back goes out the window. They don't draw anything out of this, but Stanislaw with that peak there onto Peter, he's going to be absolutely devastated. Yaster actually manages to find Nitro, getting a little overzealous towards that Pop Dog area, so the numbers get equaled out as Def actually manages to find JDM. So once again, JDM not delivering too much on this map, but 3-on-4 situation, complexity to string 3 more together, but the flank from Elige coming in to make it a 3-on-3 situation there will make his way down. Pop Dog might be a little bit of a fake there to get the sound cues away, and Yaster might have fallen for it completely. Gets taken down straight away. Now it's just down to Slemmy and Android. Oh, God, Slemmy. I thought I was going to get caught off guard there, but Elige not too quick enough. So 2-on-2.
Android's in a great position right now, and Twist, I think, realizes that Ivy is open. Decides to go all the way back towards T-Connector, but Slammy just been so sharp so far. Another entry kill working out in his favor. So up to Stanislaw, and they are watching the edge of the smoke as well. So Stanislaw, no way for him to come out of the smoke. They're going to be locking him out completely. They've got a smoke grenade. They've got 2 Molotov. There's the first Molotov being flung. Stanislaw has to make a move. And he might be able to find the timing. And I probably haven't, like, I also criticize Peter as well. It's just the nature of the AWPer. When you're on, you'll win the games for the team. When you're off, you're not going to hit that many shots, and sometimes you'll lose the game for the team. Yeah, also, in regards to JDM, it's not necessarily whiffing shots in that fact. It's more so just, there you have it, 18-17. I guess somehow the double setup worked. Yeah.
So we're just back into this twist, just going for a bit of aggression there down towards Ivy with that AWP in hand. So he's got control of that position, ready for the trade as well. But Android just holding this angle, going to smoke himself off. We'll see what happens. Nice molly there, going to peg him close, but it won't bloom to the point where he is. I mean, what I was saying about JDM, he's not like he's whiffing shots. He's just getting caught out on his peaks, and just the timing just hasn't quite worked, which can also be the factor, right? I mean, you could be missing by mere seconds, and it just makes you look like you're having just the worst day of your life. So I feel like that's a bit of it now, as Yacer actually finds a nice kill onto Liege and onto Liquid. He gets traded out by Twist. So 3-on-4 situation here. Liquid needs to pull this together, try to take this and not stave it off into a second overtime. As Slemmy actually takes down Stanislaw and Peter onto Twist, and now it's just down to Nitro. Try to save something. He has no utility in hand, M4. He does have a kit though, but no head armor will get taken down. So there you have it, 18-18. Apologies for not being able to show you the penultimate round, but it looks like you're going to have...
double overtime. The fun continues.
3 more at the very least.
Yeah, I wonder how the Betway odds have swung now.
In theory, it should be the same, right?
In theory,
205
yes.
and 170 or whatever. Let's see if our wonderful production team
I don't think it's actually changed.
Can show us.
I don't think it's actually changed.
We're really putting the pressure on there to see how quickly we can get the Betway odds up. They're probably just writing it up if they have changed.
Why, like, I don't understand it. Why don't you just refresh it on the Betway app? You can just find it on the website.
Because unlike you, I don't bring my phone. Oh, dude, it's right in front of me. I was going to say, I'm a professional. I don't bring my phone into the studio. Nonetheless, I'm sure our wonderful and talented production team can get something up there. I mean, they don't need to, but we're just putting under the pump now, and they're probably just laughing, going, hey, Danny, go screw yourself. We're not doing extra work for you, mate. So, 18 all. What do you think? Has it swung at all, or is Liquid still... I mean, we spoke about this iteration not choking as much, but this, they're really getting taken to the wire by complexity, which most would not have expected.
What? Okay, apparently it swung out again. So Betway, it's now 4 for complexity and 1.22 for Liquid. Which kind of makes sense considering that Liquid have been taking the rounds more comfortably, but complexity is still struggling and hanging on. If those are the live odds, I don't know, once maybe $3.
Oh, there you have it. Wonderful production team delivers. Karath obviously, spoiler alert, with his phone app right in front of him. But yes, 4 and 122. So that's very interesting. We should send intern Jimmy out to slap on a cheeky 20 onto complexity. Jimmy, put that coffee down. Yeah, no. Okay, no, there isn't. We don't have
what
interns
are
here.
you doing,
I'm
Danny?
just trying to make it feign like we're sending someone out. But honestly, right now, it could be anyone's game, and I think that's a nice, healthy price for complexity. Thanks to Betway there. Just readying up for this second OT, and you think Liquid just struggling to edge out, which has been the story of this. It's interesting, right? Through multiple iterations, it has just been the story of this organization. And not in just league games, in really, really important games, like majors even.
Oh, just in every iteration of a lot of titles. You could say that as well, without mentioning the titles.
Oh, is this a triple op setup? Oh no, this is
It's
not
working.
live?
No, it is live at the moment. It's a double AWP setup, and
Peter
well,
had
they
an
have
AWP.
triple AWPs on the T side. Andrew's just gone, no, I'm going to get an AWP. I can't deal with this anymore with AK-47s. But Peter's going to lose his life very early on. JDM, very uncharacteristic in this match for him to get the opening pick, but he's now stepped it up, which is good to see. And Andrew's actually just retrieved an AK instead.
Yeah, I think that would be the decision top 4, especially after you've lost that player. You know, high risk to do it with 5, stupid risk to do it with 4. As we see Stanislaw just holding this low rank position. Might get a nice easy frag there. I don't think anyone will be dry peeking into this though. And we see the 2-2 split, the bomb making its way towards Ivy Twists. He has let go of that AWP. Just opting to go for the rifle, which he has been quite sharp with today, so we'll see if we can lock down that Ivy position where the bomb is at now. Just less than 50 seconds. If he manages to just drop the bomb here, there could be a bit of trouble as Yaster opens up onto Stanislaw.
That is a huge opening as Slemmy gets legged, but they still get the opening on towards B side. They force over rotations towards B, and now it's up to Android to get this opening on towards Twist. He will be able to do so, and that's what I mean. It doesn't matter if you're sitting at the bottom of your team scoreboard. If you're getting these impact frags and opening up the rounds, that's absolutely critical. Now Android, he'll drop the bomb. JDM, they know where he is. And Depp is going to set up and just smoke off towards Ivy. It's all up to JDM to kind of hold this angle. He's just surrounded from all sides. He gets one. Oh, what is that, JDM? Take a lounge, ladies and gentlemen, because he is absolutely insane right now. I guess that also applies towards JDM as well. It doesn't matter if you're going, you know, at the bottom of the scoreboard.
Yeah.
If you do stuff like that to win the game, ultimately that's what counts.
B hopping, no scoping. We didn't have his POV there, but just some nice stuff there.
This is a POV, Danny. I just killed 4 people.
Yeah. So yeah, very impactful frag, single-handedly carrying Liquid through to open up that round. But once again, we did see them on 3 so close, and Not saying that they choke, but more to the credit of complexity. They did manage to grind it out and bring it into this second, so they have been playing catch-up. If they can get ahead in this half, they might be favoured to win it out. But we'll have to see, though, as JDM tries to find a bit of aggression there. Manages to find a second, smokes himself up, might get caught off guard. He actually managed to find a second onto Def as well, so JDM...
Yeah, stick and a fork.
Yeah.
Actually, complexity are done at this stage. I mean, if JDM is at that extent where he's just hitting those kind of shots and he's just getting this confidence coming forward now, there is nothing you can really do. And Nitro just locks down the A-bomb site. Liquid racing towards a 3-0 CT half. What they could not achieve in the previous one, they will achieve now.
Absolutely, as we know, that all-important number here is 22. We'll win at 21. We'll probably see another overtime, if that be the case. But it looks like Liquid are in a strong shape to get to that match point. This will be the third opportunity they have. We'll see if they can seal it off.
All right, where's JDM going to go with the AWP now? That's the real question. He's going to push towards Ivy. There is someone waiting and watching that. It's going to be Peter. He suspects that there is going to be AWP in the line. It's just whether or not...
JDM has big, huge man courage on him.
It's too risky to push beyond a certain threshold, so he's not going to do it. He just locks down the angle and just goes, look, Twist, you're free to rotate across. Got the angle under lockdown. They're going to do the same thing they did towards Pop Dog once again. I really love how complexity do that, because it's a very easy Pop Dog kind of control coming forward, but Twist with the spray down, fix up 2. Yaystar eventually finds a trade. Senator taking a little bit of damage inside the Molotov. Oh, Peter coming out from now, and complexity should be able to close out this round, but they don't know where JDM is. Did Yaystar spot JDM?
I don't think the timing of the smoke let him spot JDM, so he has got one advantage, which is they don't know where he is, but it looks like they'll be taking that bomb towards that inner bomb site now. JDM has to find something. He has got a lot of utility in hand, but Yaystar will get him on the flank, so a repeat of what we saw in the last overtime.
Yeah, complexity have a little bit of breathing space to work with, but Liquid still need to win 2 to close out the overtime. I've always hypothesized, right? It's how many rounds of overtime do we have to get to before we lose our composure? You know, you hear about those either like dream or nightmare stories, depending on which side you're on, of overtimes going towards 30 and 40 rounds. At what extent do you just go, there is like, at what overtime do you just go, this is absolutely ridiculous?
You got to think, right? That lends the same question to, like, you know, some of these tournaments or cups in like Swiss system where they just play for like 6 to 8 hours. But you got to expect, right? So myself, I could never do that. I would be lost after about 4 hours. But these guys, they grind it out, right? Like, to get to the point they are, they've done mammoth sessions. So maybe to that builds the ability for the endurance to not ever wear out near that. Maybe if you get something ridiculous like plus 40. But, I mean, you'd like to think they can stave off and still perform at near to top level. Obviously, there is a bit of fatigue that comes into there, but you know,
you just get boosters in you. You know, just
let's not
boost up.
Let's not go down that slippery slope.
No, I just say boosters now as a non-endemic branch. I think that's how you describe it.
Oh, right. I thought you meant, you know, like the drugs.
No.
Right.
What?
Okay. You mean like energy drinks and your caffeines and.
Yes.
Yeah. Sure. Okay. I get you. I get you.
Okay, so now we know who the bad boy is and who the good boy is.
No, you said boosters. Like, who calls coffee a booster? I mean, okay, just wrong page, but let's move on to this. Just over a minute left. 20-19. Single ops on both sides. We did see a weird triple op setup coming from the T side of complexity here, as they do look like they are shaping up towards lower ramp. Mollied out there, so that will slow things off a little bit.
But not pushing onto B side. So this is going to mean Android's going to suss this out and go, there's no presence here. JDM is just scoped in, but he's not finding anything. And so it just allows complexity to kind of still sit on towards the A bomb site. And Deft, he's still alive, still staying in a dangerous position. And as long as he can take down a few, there it is. He's taking out a Legion. Yaystar and Depth. Really locking down this A bomb site. Absolutely crucial for complexity to be able to lock this down. And scores the tide of peace at 20 all.
Liquid are just, sometimes it's just like the epitome of frustration to watch them sometimes, right?
Yeah, just occasionally.
Okay.
But complexity are playing well at the same time.
I'm not taking anything away from complexity, but Liquid, they get themselves into such powerful positions, like just such dominating scorelines, and then this happens. Like, I mean, you know.
Imagine the irony if the next game ends at a 16-0. We'd literally have an overtime sandwich or overtime bagel, because it's just encompassed and it's just like really, really healthy middle part, but probably towards the end.
The bread sucks. The bread's all stale and gross, but
yeah, it
really
needs a little bit more
high-quality
toasting.
deli meats in the middle there. Double op setup coming from Def and Peter. 20 apiece. This is the second overtime. You are reading correctly. It's 20-20. And we'll see what can open up. It's a bit more of a methodical round coming out from Liquid.
Not going lights out compared towards their previous overtime on the T side. They're taking a little bit more time to scope out and try to identify where the members of compLexity are. But look at the position of Yeastar. Where Yeastar is at this stage, he's controlling T connector. He's not allowing Liquid to kind of push forward unless he goes for a 1-for-1 trade. He's just going to be hiding there.
You got to think if Liquid carry this.
Oh no, they're actually coming. No, they're actually coming back. And Yeastar, he's been on good form so far. If he gets 2 kills, this might be it. He's listening in as well. He can hear all this noise that Team Liquid are making at this stage, so he can identify exactly where compLexity actually needs to rotate. It's so crucial, this information gathering. Now he's hearing another member come across. He's taking out a leash. He's still anchoring this position. They have to go to B. And guess what? compLexity know it's towards B. Android finds one. Peter, oh no, missing a shot. Misses another one towards Twist. This might be disastrous. He finally lands it on towards Twist, though. 10 seconds left. Bomb out in the open. He flands it onto a Stanislaw. That is it for Liquid, and compLexity all of a sudden very close towards winning one as Yeastar will clean up. After getting him in towards T-Connector, such a crucial position, it has allowed compLexity now a chance to take the game. Liquid still have enough to force up, though. They will be taking a tactical pause to try to figure out what they want to do. And just maybe, they will go full force mode and just charge out on towards a bomb site.
Yeah, like I was saying halfway through that round there, I definitely would have expected that to be the call if they were up 1. You can take that risk and roll the dice to try to plow through. It's worked twice before in overtime, but I mean, do they have the courage, the confidence to do it when they're facing match point down? This is the first time they've been down at match point in this instance, and you know how the turn of the tides usually go. It's the other team picks one up, and they usually are the ones to finish it off, which would be absolutely devastating as a result for Liquid. I mean, everyone expected them to carry it out. And look at that, for the first time, compLexity is up 1.9. We don't usually show the odds during the games here, but our one production team, we've been following this very interestingly. It's been very keen eyes on it, and now finally, they are favorites.
I think
it only took them a match point to get into favorites.
I think it's important to also show it's just like given the odds sometimes, like you can look at a half and how it closes out, but you can't really encapsulate it and say that this is definitely going to be the result that you're going to always expect. And that's these last 2 games that we've watched today, including this one, last one, Splice and SK, that is effectively the epitome of it. You can't look at the half and just go on, it is 100% closed out. Still, compLexity, they're 1 round away from taking it, and now another fast pop dog control. Peter, oh, he's caught out in the open. Slemmy, he finds one. This might mean a triple overtime, or it could mean a victory for compLexity right now. They're locking down the Ivy line still. Is the smoke grenade still present? It is. It means that they're safe towards the sandwich area. And Lee is just dancing around. Another smoke towards sandwich. It allows Twist to progress closer. He's just waiting for Slemmy to push out. Depth, watching old bomb train. Bomb has not gone down yet. They're still aware of all the dangers that could be around them. They can't really snake their bomb forward, but Alish, a crucial kill on towards Slemmy, because it means that now the old bomb, or the Ivy, is now clear as well, because it means that Depth will fall with the AWP in hand. Android pushing out. Android, he's found one. Can he find the second? Spraying down, can't land the kill, but he gets the headshot. Dinks them down now. It's all down towards Yeastar, but he can't get it done from Pop Dog. We are in towards triple overtime, ladies and gentlemen. And this is where it's going towards the how much insanity can we tolerate? We've already had 1 overtime, and now triple overtime.
Yeah, this is pretty insane there. But, you know, Liquid, they backed themselves, right? They changed the pace, just went straight up. Pop Dog, they got the entry frags, held down the site, and to their credit, they do manage to have 1 more roll of dice and try to take this into the 3rd overtime. I mean, you know what the side story is here that's really exciting is the Betway odds, right? Like, how is it going to sit now? It's still going
to be equal there. It's still going to be equal there. It's not going to be updated from that point.
Because usually in this situation, Liquid has been quite strong, right? It's slowly disintegrated over these last 3.
You have to look at it as how, because I'd agree in like the first overtime, how Liquid played it was like, yeah, they're playing a lot better. Second one is starting to become a little bit wavy. I can't determine. It's like when you shake an 8-ball, pretend the 8-ball is just the condition of the game, not actually pure chance. It was like compLexity is struggling to win their rounds. Liquid are winning them completely out. Right now, Liquid going for Pop Dog for what seems like nearly the 50th time in a row. Really isn't, but they have been doing it again and again and again. And why not? If it works, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, so the fast play coming out.
Oh, no.
That's unfortunate there. I thought he might have gotten a sneaky kill by pushing that molly, but goes down without really putting up too much of a fight. Android here is holding up to Pop Dog here. Just going to try to bait something out. Flash will rain out. The spray coming through eventually does get that frag onto JDM, so it's a 2-on-3 situation. But right now, Def needs to find something, anything. If they give him an inch, he's got to take that mile. Nitro will close it down onto Android. He does manage to find Twist, though, so 2-on-1. Nitro will shut it down straight away. So, a familiar opening. If you've been paying attention to the previous 2 overtimes, it's been Team Liquid to win the opening 2 rounds. compLexity get one back before the half, and then we go into another one following that second half. But Liquid, maybe they can shut it out this time. Maybe they can just bring out... they are a class above this compLexity lineup, but much credit to them.
Test B side, guys. No, they're actually going to take the bomb... A site execute by the looks of it, just given on how they're spread out right now. So an A site execute, Nitro losing a life early on means that there's going to be no more pop dog pressure for Liquid to rely on, which is... It's been a little bit instrumental for Liquid to be working on. Pop Dog's been working with them quite well so far, but now they're just coming out towards Ivy, getting control. compLexity, they don't need to challenge it. They've fallen back. Slimmy, old hell, critical position. Peter coming across the line needs to be careful because JDM's been waiting the entire time, and Peter just coming across will throw his life needlessly away, and Slimmy probably just caught off communicating a little bit too much. Now Yeastar and Def, Liquid have blown this wide open. Liege just coming forward and popping heads. The helmet's fallen off. Just like that. 4 for Liege. You can talk about his DPI being above the average. You can talk about everything. But what he's doing right is that he's shredding heads and he's looking good while doing it. And compLexity, another familiar sight. This time around, they don't know what to do.
It is familiar indeed. And Liege, he did absolutely fantastic. Just wide peeking there onto Slemmy. Just catching him asleep and opening up the account and ended up getting a 4K. So very nicely done. We'll see if they can get that proverbial third round that they've been struggling to get into these first half and really just close out compLexity. It has taken them a lot longer than anyone would have expected. But at this stage, we have seen this so many times before. compLexity will come down. Peter opens up the account quite well. He gets a second. Elige finds Yeastar, so now it's 3-on-4. He's just trying to clear out Pop Dog. It has been smoked. He finds another one onto JDM there, so now it's a 3-on-2. Looks like the story repeats itself once again in these first half. Def should find a nice frag onto Elige. Elige is too sharp. That's that high DPI turning, paying dividends for him. Now it's a 2-on-2. Slemmy is going to make his way out. Might find Elige very easily. Finds one, drops the bomb. Might find the second. Now it's 1-on-1. Elige is on 7 HP. This is the third round that might swing the momentum. Gives away his location with that flash, but Android, he is that clutch play we like to see. And he manages to clutch it out. So there you have it. All 3 opening halves of overtime have gone 2-1 in favor of Liquid. Are we looking at the fourth overtime dream?
Oh, I reckon so, mate.
Are we looking for that double up the regular time score dream? That whole time I just saw you clutching your face like, what?
I was like, oh my goodness, like Android's going to win this. Like surely Elige can't take it. Elige switches out to the AWP. You can understand the principle. All it is a single shot. You got to go risky sometimes. Low rolls this time though. He's not going to come out a winner. But regardless, Liquid are up in the half. 3rd overtime half, or 6 technically. And compLexity, they're just going to go for a fast B play. Stanislaw once again opening up. There's no trade coming out from compLexity. They're a little bit late.
Oh, so the aggression once again. They've done that so many times from the beginning of the map. Why are they still letting it happen? That is not the greatest, and we know how well Slemmy has been doing.
It is hard, though, to punish an AWP coming into that angle because he's able to hit so many shots. And Stanislaw, if he has anything to say about it, he'll try to bring this map for Liquid itself. And Liquid, he's just got Nitro sitting in between the bomb train, dancing around. Yeastar, though. Oh my goodness, so difficult to hit that because his head model is just shifting up and down. Stanislaw just locking down the angle to make sure no one pursues beyond the threshold. Stanislaw has done so well in this round. 3 AWP kills. Peter, he's got to land those ones. Now Android, no one's going to go for the bomb plant. Android has to go for the kills and he's lost the bomb. Now Peter down towards a 1-3. Stanislaw with the ace. If there is any time for Liquid to try to claim a game victory, finally, in the 3rd overtime, that is the right way to do it. With Nitro dropping, with 2 people going with 40 kills right now because it's been such a long game. It's like your anchor is getting 25 kills. What?
That from Stanislaw is like just so brilliant from me. He gets the ace with the AWP, nice opening with the aggression, falls back, plays it perfectly onto that in a bomb site, and he's literally saying, hey, we needed one more round of the last 2. I will get one for you. I'll do it all myself.
Okay, once again, Peter's gone for the wallbang and T-connectors. Managed to find Elige this time and dropped down at 52. So 2 AK-47 bullets away from death, which may be the critical factor because Elige has been absolutely on point so far in this 3rd overtime. Is that a blinder of a T-side? CT side has definitely stepped it up now, and all Liquid need is one more round. all they need, and complexity coming towards the Ivy line. It's going to be Twist that's going to be challenged this time around. There is a flashbang. Twist is just going to duck towards safety. They do have more members watching over in that angle. And Android won't find the first pick. Twist! What a huge play coming out from Twist. This should be all lit because now down towards Slemmy. He's surrounded from all angles. He's been dinked at least once through the edge of the wall. Still dancing around and trying to find an angle. But Stanislaw, he's on the side. 2 people pushing forward. They're just tapping away at his feet. They're harming his toes. And there you have it. Stanislaw is finally going to close out. The hero of the previous round. Fitting. He's able to win it for Liquid 25-22, triple overtime. And we still haven't finished the last map yet.
Yeah, we still have a whole another map to go in Cobblestone. complexity did opt for that train side and did put up a very valiant fight. I mean, that half ended up being 11-4, I do believe, and now triple overtime. They kept fighting back and so many match points staved off, but nonetheless, that class Liquid just coming through in the end. It did require one of their team members to get an ace in one of the overtime rounds, but nonetheless, whatever it takes, right?
Absolutely. Whatever it takes at the stage, you've got to take the victory. They do. Complexity, well fought. It looked a little bit empty towards the end. They had an idea what Liquid were doing in the T side, but didn't have the firepower to kind of capitalize on that. And it is difficult when you have a Liege that is just coming completely ballistic, who's just hitting shots in the third overtime, because that was the crucial difference, right? If Complexity were able to take 2-1, I think they would have had a little bit more time to work with in the T side, but they didn't. Stanislaw then came in with that critical ace, and that was really where it was just kind of like, I think this is it for Complexity. They don't really have as much to work behind the round.
Yeah, that's a great, not necessarily swing momentum, because the momentum's going each and every direction, but just to really kind of consolidate things for his team. Nonetheless, we see some great work coming out from him. He's just had a pretty solid game all round, really, and a nice way to round it out with that high performance there in overtime. But, oh man, some of these frags there, JDM just finally, he really did come alive towards the end of overtime there, didn't he? Quite through most of regulation time.
Absolutely. There was one round where he got 4 odd picks. And this is, I think this is the one where I'm like, Complexity of just a really smart pop dog take where it sounds silly, right? They're stacking on each other's head and just falling straight down. But what it means is that the second person has a very quick reset. You're not expecting the angle where they're coming in. So even if they're 2 people and then we saw that, it generally goes for a 2-for-2 trade.
Yeah, it is very nice. It's like Jason Bourne when he gets that dead body and just throws it down the apartment.
It was 10-1 at a stage. For Complexity to bring it back. Right, Liquid have won 15 rounds to Complexity's 19 at this stage.
Yeah. Yeah, so once again, I mean, you can't really say that it was Team Liquid throwing away that deficit. Complexity really just hit another level. They were a bit slow to start, and overtime was very courageously fought, but they do fall in the end. But some of these one-out plays here, all these Liquid players putting up huge numbers there. Twist doing such a good job, and even JDM coming alive towards the end of that to help his team out. But just having a look at these rounds here. Yaster can't take anything away. Unfortunately, doesn't get the W, but huge frags from him.
Yeah, overtime was a ride and a half. I don't think I want to jump back on a triple overtime ride, but it was enjoyable. It's like it's like a thrill-seeker roller coaster. It's like you take it once, you have lots of fun. I wouldn't take it because it's just too risky.
Yeah.
I like living life very passively without risk.
You're such an exciting person, mate. That was a really... That just makes me sad.
I just stay at home and play my Dungeons & Dragons, you know? It's safe. When was the last time you saw someone die from playing Dungeons & Dragons?
Oh, I feel like there's definitely... I don't think it's clean of all deaths.
Someone has died because they've rolled the dice and then they've literally died in real life. It doesn't happen.
Or something is broken out, but...
That was a ride and a half. That's the point I wanted to get at. And Liquid, thanks for the ride, but I don't want to be on this ride again.
We might get your proverbial OT sandwich there. Might see a very skewed scoreline coming into Cobblestone, but we shall see.
We still have to see. And it's Complexity. I don't think I've seen much of them in Cobblestone. Liquid are definitely very strong on Cobblestone, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was a very fast shutout. These days, we used to say that Cobblestone was a little bit more T-sided, given that it was a lot easier to bust a particular bomb site. You had to stack early on, but the CTs, now they've had a little bit more time to identify where you want to sit your players at. It's become a little bit more even-sided where you can kind of pick CT or T and get away with it. It's not a map where it's like, no, we 100% want to start CT. It's around where if someone starts T, wouldn't be surprised. Someone starts CT, wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, so it'll be very interesting to see which side they opt for. This is definitely Liquid's map pick, so Complexity will get the side of their choice, and obviously we'll have to lock something down. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it does skew into the favor of Liquid.
Absolutely. But for now, we'll take a bit of a break after that absolute blockbuster of a match. We'll be back with Cobblestone between Liquid as Complexity after the break.